Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
برامجنا متوفرة بالعديد من اللغات. يرجى زيارة suprememastertv.com/schedule.
I traveling on $12 and you can doing the math. How much is that in a month or a year? And some people spend what I spend in 1 year. Some people spend that in 2 weeks on a holiday. So you have to remember that.
Ecotourism, the sustainable way to travel. Part 3 of 3. Continue watching to find out more.
Khush Kalipsis means welcome in Uzbek. I'm Otabek. The people of Uzbekistan are grateful to you for being eco-conscious and for caring all the beings on the planet. Welcome to the concluding episode of Ecotourism, the sustainable way to travel, featuring environmentalist and vegan athlete Sebastian Gutman. Take only memories, leave only footprints is an old saying by the famous 19th century Native American chief Seattle. Commonly used in the environmental community, it means leave as little trace as possible when traveling on the earth. Mr. Gutman describes how he was able to achieve his dreams by incorporating minimalism into his life and how eco-friendly travel is attainable by the ordinary person.
Many people see me, I'm cycling around the world and do that. And you say, I'm not able to do that. Most people, when I talk to my own story, say, it's great what you're doing, but I'm not able to do it. And that's not true. Everyone can follow a dream or a passion. You don't have to cycling around the world. But when you want to achieve something big, like to cycling around the world or have like a big dream you want to achieve, in the same way, you have to let go some things because you need the energy to do that. So that is also what I did, because before I start this journey, I sold everything I had pursuit of my dream. I canceled some insurance, I canceled some stuff where I had a monthly or yearly payment. And also after I decide I wanted to do it, I'm focusing only on one thing. I want to get it possible, cycling around the world. And I go uncomfortable with my family, with some friends, because the guys not really understand what I'm doing. And I say I'm stupid. I sell my stuff and I have had only one time to organizing my stuff. And I can go out every weekend to celebrating something with my friends. So that means let it go. Let go what I'm doing before all times regularly. To only achieve that or only to bring in this direction to able to do it. Our economy is all times based on growth. And it's terrible when we think all times on growth. It's not only economy, like how we grow up and think, okay, we have education, and after we get our job, and we want a better job, we want earning more money, and after we get a little car, and after we want to have a bigger car, and after we have a house, we want a bigger house, we want all times more, and we accumulated more, and also more problems, and more debt as well. Sometimes more problems to your health, your world. When you grow all things and you're going bigger, you get bigger problems for everything. Obviously, your own health, your own family, your house. You have a bigger house, you have to fix more stuff. You have a small, tiny house, you live a minimalistic lifestyle, you have less problems. Like it's in every different sense of regular life is growing not all times good. You know, now I just have my bicycle, my few bags, and it's my whole life. I'm traveling on my own money. How I get this money to do it? Some people say, you have to be a lot of money, you won a lottery or that you'll be rich, maybe you're able to do it. That's not true. I traveling on $12 and you can doing the math. How much is that in a month or a year? And some people spend what I spend in 1 year. Some people spend that in 2 weeks on a holiday. So you have to remember that. So when I sold everything I had in Germany and had some savings, and I just traveling on my own money. Yes, I have some sponsoring, but only for stuff like my clothes, my tent and stuff, and my bicycle. I had some sponsorings in that way, but only for stuff, not for money.
Wow! With so many different ways to travel sustainably, the best part is you can even save money along the way. Lively viewers, we will pause now to take a walk in nature where the trees, the sky, and the universe bless us with their love. Sit tight, we'll be back in a moment here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back, friendly viewers. Are you looking to reduce your emissions in the area of lodging? Try camping. Homestays are another great option to help locals earn income while offering the traveler accommodations that are affordable. If that's not available, stay at a smaller, independent, locally owned, and most importantly, environmentally conscious place. You don't always have to stay at a big chain hotel. With a little research, you can even find a relaxing hotel or resort that puts those core values into practice, like a vegan hotel, nature reserves, safari camps or lodges, wildlife sanctuaries, and wildlife conservation tours are other low-impact options as long as you engage responsibly and ethically with wildlife by not exploiting animals. Some examples of animal exploitation include elephant riding, holding or playing with tigers, or taking pictures with monkeys. Avoid all unnatural activities with wild animals. No matter where you stay, conserve energy and resources as you would at home, and bring your own reusable water bottle, straw, and utensils to reduce waste. While Mr. Gutman mainly sleeps in his tent during his travels, he sometimes stays with hosts. He next discusses how his vegan cycling journey has had positive effects on those he is connected with.
I don't really try to change these people's lives. I just live like at my best I can, and I'll be example. So, and that is also a way when I was in Pakistan, and I had found my host, and I stayed at house for 3 days. And that 3 days, I just eating my regular life, like in the morning, my muesli, my cereals, and he was like eating Pakistani mostly, have a lot of meat and so on. He say, when I say I'm a vegan, he say, you're sick, or what's that? I have no idea what's vegan. So, and after I explained what's really vegan, and he saw me how I eating, and I also say many times no, you want to offer me meat and cheese and all that, and I say many times no. And he don't really understand in the first moment that. And I stay only 3 days in his house. And he just also that 3 days he say, hey, maybe also have to eat less meat. And I left his house, and 6 months later, he sent me a message on Facebook. And he said, hey, Sebastian, you know what? I'm now vegan too, and I bought me a bicycle, and I was literally completely shocked. And it said, what? Like a Pakistani? I was like, that never happened. And he was turning vegan, and bought a bicycle for himself. And I say, all right, maybe he did a joke. No, it was not a joke. And maybe it's like a fast, maybe he want to try something out, but his whole his environment of his friends and so on is still eating meat and everything. So, and I was thinking, maybe he tried just for a couple of weeks and he go back and he quit it with that. But after 6 months and 1 year later, I send him a message again and I say, hey, how it's going? You're still vegan? And he say, yeah, I'm feeling so strong and so good, and I'm vegan and I'm cycling. And I was like, whoa, I don't teach him. I don't say you have to do it. I just was in his house and telling what I eating or how I manage my life. And I inspire him to thinking on his own, maybe have to eating differently.
What an inspiring story of leading by example to shift someone toward a vegan lifestyle, the most effective way to reduce one's environmental footprint.
A vegetarian diet sustains life, sustains the earth, sustains humans, sustains animals.
We are very concerned about the impact of livestock production on climate change. Very much our message is, and always has been, that we think people should be eating less meat. That's actually good for people's health to do that. But it is clear that we need to be eating less meat. And so I think the message to go out there and discover some more vegetables and to really understand that we don't need to be eating meat 3 times a day. We really do not.
A vegetarian lifestyle is almost all that we need right now to stop the global warming, to balance the scale of the negative consequences. Even physically speaking, most of the pollution will be stopped by all the people on the planet being vegetarian. 80% of the pollution will be stopped. 80% of the global warming will be stopped if all people begin to be vegetarian. It will only do us good. It helps the world. It saves the planet, and it saves our children. If we really love our children, this is what we must do.
Be veg, go green, to save the planet. For more urgent details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
When you're thinking about ecotourism, I would highly suggest for everyone travel slowly and less places and coming together with locals on the same level. Not be arrogant and coming up, oh, I'm rich and I want to do that for me. No, come meeting people on the same level, on the same base, and traveling slowly, respect to people, and you get a good time. But it would be much better to using less planes and less cars, just traveling with public transporting or using your own power for ecotourism, because otherwise we are ruining our world. Hello, I'm Sebastian Goodman and I'm cycling around the world with my self-made bamboo bike, and I'm 2 years and 8 months on the road, and I did 22,000 miles just on my last step of my traveling to Florida, Miami, and after a small step in Europe back to Germany. And I want to invite everyone to go vegan, because I think it's really important to go vegan or eat less meat, because we have to save our world and also to be grateful and thankful for your own body. And it's your own strength, your own health. Remember that it's really important to what you eat. And I would say just be vegan, go green, and save the planet.
Adventurous travelers, thank you for joining us today for the final episode in our 3-part series, Ecotourism, the sustainable way to travel. Coming up next is Protecting the Vulnerable during COVID-19 pandemic, part 1 of 2, right after noteworthy news. May the love of heaven bless all who inhabit this beautiful planet.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/PE.